Here's how to make these delicious elderflower fritters. First of all, go out and pick some elderflowers on a dry day. Take the whole flower head, including the main stem. You can see here the stem that joins right next to the first leaves snaps off quite easily. Leave the flower heads on a tray outside for a few hours just to let any bugs escape. Now to make the batter, I'm using 200 grams of self-raising flour, 200 ml of sparkling water, and a couple of teaspoons of caster sugar. Also using 1 egg white, but we'll add that in later. Just give it a good mix. If it needs a splash more water, then just add it by hand. So once we've reached the consistency that we want, which is about this, then we'll just leave the batter to rest for about half an hour. After half an hour of resting the batter and you're ready to start cooking, then we can separate an egg white. And then we can beat that white into a soft peak. This should take about a minute or two. So you can see that it creates a soft peak. So that's ready. We just want to gently fold that into the batter. And the reason we do this just before we start cooking is because this egg white will really aerate the batter, and that'll make a nice light batter rather than it being stodgy. Heat some cooking oil. And you don't want to fill the pan up any more than halfway with the oil to make sure it doesn't spill over when you're cooking. A good way to check whether your oil is hot enough for cooking is to use the handle of a wooden spoon. Put it in the oil. If it's not hot enough, then no air bubbles will come up. But if you get lots of air bubbles like that, then it's hot enough to start cooking. So now the cooking oil is hot enough, we'll set up the cooking station. I've got my elderflower heads there, batter there, cooking oil, somewhere to rest them, and some caster sugar for dabbing them into. So take one of the elderflower heads and dip it into the batter using the long stems. These stems are actually mildly toxic, so you don't want to eat them. They're just for dipping. You don't want too much batter on, so allow any excess to drip off. And then dip them into the oil. Obviously be very careful when you're doing this. You can use your wooden spoon to push them down, make sure they're fully submerged. They shouldn't need too long, about 30 seconds or so, just until they're nicely browned, like that. Then dab them into the caster sugar and allow them to rest, and then repeat. I took some of the elderflower cordial that I made the other day and reduced it right down to a nice thick syrup. So I'll be using some of that. Serve them while they're still nice and warm and crispy. Also with a slice of lemon or some clotted cream. There we go. Enjoy.